नमस्कार, फिर पैसा बोलता है में आपका स्वागत है। मैं आनंद श्रीनिवासन। आज मैं इंडिया की स्टार्टअप कंपनी के बारे में बात करना चाहता हूँ। एक जमाने में सबसे बहुत वैल्यूबल कंपनी थी, $22 बिलियन की वैल्यू थी, लेकिन पिछले एक साल से इसमें कई मुश्किल की सामना करना पड़ रही है इस कंपनी को। और इस कंपनी में बेसिकली यही एक ही बात है, इस कंपनी को फंडिंग नहीं मिल रही है। क्योंकि फंडिंग नहीं मिल रही है तो उन्होंने इधर का उधर पैसा हेरा फेरी कर दी है, कुछ जुगाड़ करने की कोशिश की है। इसी कारण उन्होंने 2 साल की बैलेंस शीट एनुअल रिपोर्ट तैयार नहीं की है, तो इसके पास अभी एक बड़ा इंजेक्शन ऑफ कैश चाहिए था। ये कंपनी सिर्फ अपने स्ट्रेंथ पे ग्रोथ नहीं दिखाई, उन्होंने बहुत सारे एक्विजिशंस की और जिनको अक्वायर किया उन्होंने कैश लेके बाहर चला गया। तो आज हम इस कंपनी थिंक एंड लर्न के बारे में बात करेंगे। आपको अगर शायद थिंक एंड लर्न का नाम पता ना हो तो इस कंपनी का नाम बायजूस है। गुड इवनिंग and welcome back to Paisa Bolta hai. Today I want to talk about the Indian startup sector, and I am going to talk about the malaise in the Indian startup sector. It is true of all the companies. The symptoms are at various stages for various companies, but this is the company which is affected the most. A lot of small companies have shut shop. You have not even heard of them. I am not going to discuss it. But this company I am going to talk about because it was there in all advertising channels. This is funding this is the advertiser and the official sponsor for the Indian cricket team. So everybody has heard of it. You had a major cinema star like Shah Rukh Khan advertise for it. Everybody made money off this company except the investors. The investors knew what they were doing. They were pouring money into it. Ever since COVID stopped, the numbers have stopped coming. This company was valued at $22 billion. So we are talking about Byju's. By now you would have made it. So this was a poster boy during COVID because all of them went into the online model for education. But once COVID stopped, the edtech business started to slide. Most people wanted to go back to the classrooms and wanted to be taught in the classrooms. And because he was taking a lot of venture capital and PE, private equity capital, he went on an acquisition binge. The two big companies you would have known that he acquired are White Hat Junior, and he also acquired Akash. Akash was actually a big and very successful IIT and NEET coaching center, which is now in difficult times because he acquired it. There was already a foreign banker who had invested in this. I don't remember the name. That plus the founders, and it was a all cash deal. And because he agreed for a fancy valuation. The founders agreed to cash out the payment to them was delayed beyond a point. And finally, they put the screws and collected the money. This is the only division which is profitable for Byju's. Byju's as such is losing money. White Hat Junior was losing money. Ever since then, he has shut down White Hat Junior, and he has been trying to raise money. Money, as I have told you several times, has become extremely difficult because interest rates in the US have gone up. And all of these people believe that interest rates are going to come down. And so they kept running the companies, hoping that things will turn better. But inflation in America and the Western world has become entrenched, and it's not showing any signs of easing. Therefore, there is no free cash flow of money flowing from the West into these startups. As you know, Jerome Powell has recently said that even though he has passed, this is only a skip, and he is going to increase interest rates even more. He has reiterated this fact during the congressional hearings in which he appeared. So it is very clear there are at least going to be 2 more interest rate hikes. This is going to put a lot of pressure on these startups. Why pressure? Because these fellows are not generating enough cash flow to meet their operational needs also. They need to pay salaries, they need more venture capital. They are nowhere near profits. And for the last 2 years, Byju's and Think and Learn, which is Byju's basically, has not prepared its returns at all. And because they had talked about a turnover of 10,000 crores, the actual turnover is only 6,000 crores. And if you go back and say that you are 6,000 crores and your turnover is 40% less than what you actually said before, you are going to have a lot more problems. To tide over this crisis, they had got a term B loan security for $1.2 billion. A portion of the money was dispersed, but the convents, that is the terms agreed by these companies, was not met. So they are aggressively trying to get back their money, and Byju's has defaulted in interest. Because to pay interest, you have to they require more money. There is nothing in value. There is no value in this Byju's as a company once cash flow has fallen out. Once cash flow has become tight, the value valuations of all these companies have been slashed. And therefore, what has happened is in 2021, they agreed the loan rate at 5.5%. From 2021 to now, the rates have gone up much more. Byju's has said they will pay 300 points more. The lenders wanted more. But then the lenders said, we want all the money now. We cannot wait for 2026. The lenders also said that there is a delay in filing the returns for 2021. 22 is not yet filing. 23 is also not filed, and that's why we are recalling the loan. So Byju's says if the loan company supports them, they will get a large investment. This is not going to happen. The last time Byju's raised $250 million, it was at a valuation of $22 billion. Now what has happened is BlackRock has cut its fair value to $8.4 billion. Similarly, all companies have started to cut their valuation. So you will need more money because the valuation has come down. Now what has happened is Deloitte, who are the auditors for this company, have resigned suddenly. Why have they resigned? Because they are saying that they cannot be found fault by the authorities. We have reminded the founder several times. He is not picking up the call. Nobody is giving them any data, and since data is not available, they are not able to file the returns. And for 22, September 22 was the last date for filing returns, and they have not filed, and the data has still not been given to them. 22 has gone, and now it has become 23. So Byju's, and it's now what has happened to create more problem for Byju. The people who take Byju's facility, that is students who could join Byju's, have to pay the whole money upfront. These obviously, though so many people don't have so much money. So Byju's had tied up with a lot of non-banking finance companies which financed those students, and Byju's guaranteed the repayment because the students were not credit worthy. So Byju's guaranteed the repayment and told them that they will, if the student does not pay, I will pay you. Now most of the students have stopped paying. So Byju's now has to repay this loan to these NBFCs as well as to that $1.2 billion. Now these NBFCs have turned around and said, we cannot fund your students anymore. Students have no money to pay Byju. So what little revenue they were getting also, they are not going to get. So the financier has stopped them. The guys who are financing your students have stopped. Therefore, there is no way you will get the revenue. Once it is realized that it is all over, 3 board members who were representing Sequoia Capital India, Prosaurus, and Chan Zuckerberg Initiative, that is Zuckerberg's firm, they have all stepped down. And so there is nobody except the founder who is a director. That is Byju Ravindranath, his brother, and his wife are the only 3 directors on the board. And his brother Riju Ravindranath is the name of his brother. Divya Gokulnath is his wife, are the only 3 letters. In between, what has happened is Divya Gokulnath and Riju Ravindran have sold millions of dollars worth of stock, and they have personally encashed. So basically, the Ravindran family has made money, the investors have lost money, the lenders are struggling, and the credit scores of all students' parents are down because they have not paid back the money. And if there is no balance sheet, I am sure PF money has not been paid, tax deduction at source has not happened, and GST returns also are not there. But nobody is saying this has happened. But nor the government is clarifying that we have received all the tax payments that are due because they have paid huge salaries to the staff. So TDS from staff has not yet been received according to me, but looks like they have not got it because several of them have said their salaries also has not come. More than half the employees have been sacked. There are reports that senior management has been asked to resign so that severance pay need not be paid. So what is the news now? Now creditors are saying $500 million out of the funds that came to the company has been siphoned off and they have hidden it somewhere in America. These guys are denying it. Where is it going to end? We do not know. But what I am curious is, when you are willing to harass a lot of people for small income tax and other things, what is the special treatment given to this company? It's not paying its GST on time. It's not paid its PF dues on time. It's not deducting tax at source. Why is not the government acting against this firm? Tens and thousands of students are suffering because of this. And if this goes down under, it is slowly sinking like Titanic. And if this goes down and under, the entire startup space in India will suffer. Anyway, let us see how this develops, and we will keep an eye out of it. If this sinks and ends up as a company with zero value, which I have been been saying it is, then what will happen is it will affect the valuations of all Indian companies. Anyway, let us wait and see what happens over a period of time. Thank you for watching पैसा बोलता है. आपने इस पॉडकास्ट को सुने, इसके लिए मैं आपका आभारी हूँ. धन्यवाद. नमस्कार. जय हिंद. If you like this video, please like this video. Write your comments on the comment section below. Subscribe to my channel and turn on the bell notification. Once again, I thank you for your support for पैसा बोलता है. Welcome back to Be Rich. I am in Tokyo on work on the 5th of August 2023. I have a lot of following in Japan, Tokyo. Those who want to meet me in Tokyo on 5th August, kindly drop me an email on the address given below or contact us on WhatsApp there. My team would get in touch with you and facilitate the meeting. Once again, I thank you for your support for Be Rich.